Welcome back. It's Kathy here. Today we will be doing another Pilates focus workout. This time we're going to be working in plank, working our thighs and our abdominals with a little bit of shoulder stability. We're also going to be doing some advanced core workouts. So for that you will need this exercise ball. And if you're unable to do some of those advanced ab movements, I will show you some low impact modifications. When you're ready, we will get started in an all fours position, warming up the spine. Inhale, exhale, scooping around the belly. Inhale, flatten the back. Exhale, scooping around the belly. Inhale, flatten the back. Exhale, scooping around the belly. Inhale, flatten the back. Showing you from the side view. Exhale, scooping around the belly. Inhale, flatten the back. Exhale, scooping around the belly without hyperflexing the thoracic. Inhale, flatten. Exhale, scooping around the belly. Inhale, exhale, inhale, lifting out of those shoulders, activating that serratus anterior. Abs are pulled in, pelvis remains good alignment, keeping those hips stable. Just two more. Last one. Turning the face towards you. We're going to inhale, prepare the body, exhale, send that right leg back, left arm forward, inhale, exhale, lift, moving to the center, inhale, exhale, lift, nice straight wrist. This is an offset plank, front support, warming up one side of the body, shoulders and hips, warming the glutes up. Opposite hip and opposite oblique are holding to stabilize the body. Opposite shoulder is stabilizing. Two more. Last one. Switching sides, left leg out straight, right arm, inhale, exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Keep that wrist nice and straight. Abdominals are pulled up and in. Keeping that spine neutral. Just a slight posterior tilt of the pelvis. Takes pressure off that lumbar spine. Just a couple more. Last two. Last one. Awesome job. Sitting back on those heels. Roll the wrists a few times. Reverse direction. And that completes our warm-up. We're now going back into an all fours position. Going into our knee stretch prep. So inhale, draw the torso in, exhale, lift the knee, bring it in towards the elbow, right elbow, exhale, lower, inhale, lift, exhale, lower, inhale, lift, lower, lift. Working that low belly. Hip flexors are initiating the movement along with the lower abdominals. Our shoulders are working to stabilize. Serratus anterior, deltoids. And our opposite hip and obliques are stabilizing. Just a couple more. Last two. Final rep. You can also use some wrist supports if your wrists start to cramp a little bit. We'll do some wrist rolls in between movements. There, switching to the left side. Inhale, exhale, draw the knee in, inhale, lower, exhale, draw it in. Opposite hip and oblique are stabilizing now, keeping those hips from rotating. Taking care not to hyperextend in those shoulders. Extended thoracic keeps the work out of the pectoralis major. Scooping up and in those abs. Our work is in the lower abs. Getting the stretch in that knee joint. Bringing that leg back into alignment. Knees are parallel with one another. Very important to keep the legs parallel. Last two. Final rep. Wrist roll. From there, we're going into that full knee stretch. Lifting one leg out nice and straight, curl the toes under, opposite leg. Lifting out of that serratus to bring the upper body into alignment. Abs drawn in, inhale, exhale. Pull the knee in, inhale, send it back. Exhale, pull the knee in, inhale, send it back. Exhale, pull the knee in, inhale, send it back. Exhale, knee in, send it back. Keeping those hips lifted slightly. Two more. Last one. Heading back into that movement. Inhale. Send one leg out, curl the toes under. Exhale. Send the other leg out, curl the toes under. Inhale, prepare. Exhale. Drawing the left knee in. Lift back. Knee in. Inhale, send it back straight. Keeping those legs parallel with one another. Hips are stable. Just a couple more. Two more. Final rep. Lower the knees down. A little extra wrist roll. Going on to our forearms now. Do a little dolphin pose. Just to give our wrists a little rest. So bring your forearms down to the mat. Scoop up and in that belly. Inhale, sending one leg back. Exhale, opposite leg. Inhale, hold. Exhale. Lift the hips up. Straighten the legs. Slight extension in the thoracic. Exhale, lift. Inhale, come back down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, come back down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, come back down. Keeping the gaze at the mat. Keep that neck in good alignment. Draw those abs up and in. Keep that spine nice and stable. Lumbar spine. This is getting some good hip flexion. Some stretch in the shoulders. Upper back is stretching. So we lift the hips, lower the crown of the head to the mat. Lower the hips, bring the head back up. Still gazing at that mat. Just a few more like this. One more. Awesome job. From there, sit back onto your heels. Stretch the arms out in front of you, child's pose. From here we go back into plank. You can also do this next move from the knees. Just bringing your knees just a few inches from the hips, just so that there's a nice straight line from the knees to the hips. Nice straight diagonal line. Otherwise, you can do this move in plank. I'll start showing you in plank. We're going to bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. Bend at the elbows, lower the chest. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale. Bend at the elbows, lower the chest. I went down onto my knees. That's okay. Inhale, exhale. Bending the elbows, lowering the chest. This is adding some pectoralis major and tricep work. Push up. Keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Take a moment to roll the wrists out. If you need wrist supports, please do so. Also going to make a fist. Do the push up like this. Yeah, making a fist still helps. However, if it starts to bring the work into the biceps, then go to flat hands, as the work should be in the tricep muscles. Just a few more like this. Last two. And final rep. And we've got one more all fours movement. Still working the upper body. Going to inhale. Draw the torso in. Exhale. Lifting the arm out to the side. Opposite leg lifts out. This is called a kneeling 4-point. This is bringing hip abduction into the mix. Working that gluteus medius and gluteus minimus muscles, as well as a little assist from the gluteus maximus. Opposite hip and oblique are helping to stabilize. Working shoulder abductors. Moving my ball over. Just a couple more. Two more. Final rep. Awesome job. Shake out that arm a little bit. The opposite arm that was helping stabilize. Switching over to the opposite side. Left arm reaches out. Right leg reaches at the same time. Keeping those hips nice and stable. We always have a slight posterior tilt in these all fours front support positions so that our lumbar spine doesn't take the pressure. Lifting out of that hip socket. The lift comes from the scapula. It's a gliding muscle. Just a few more. Last one. Awesome job. Sit it back in the child's pose. Rotate the wrists. And there's a lot of wrist work in this movement. So we'll do a little wrist stretch at the end. And they're coming back up. Grab some water. We will move on to our next section. For our next section, I'm going to lie at the diagonal, placing the ball behind my back, having my legs nice and bent in front of me. Plantar flex feet lifted off the mat. Inhale, draw the core in. Exhale, come to seated. Inhale. Exhale, this is a raised chest lift. Still working that rectus abdominis with an assist from the obliques. Transverse abdominis and hips are helping stabilize us, as well as our shoulders and our chest are stabilizing. You can also do this movement from a triangular cushion or an arc. Just a couple more. Elbows still open in your peripheral vision. Last one. Roll back. Moving that ball to the upper thoracic. We're going to add a crisscross to that movement. Inhale. Exhale. Cross. Inhale. Exhale. Cross opposite. Inhale. Exhale. 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 Feet are flat on the mat. Keep the chin open. We have a tendency to poke the chin forward in these workouts. We want to try to keep that chin nice and stable so that we take the pressure off of the neck. One more to each side. Last one. From there, hold this position. Inhale. Exhale. Draw the left leg up 90 degrees. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Bringing the hip flexors into alignment. Trying to keep the opposite oblique, holding opposite hip. This is where we can end up rotating our hips. That's a compensatory movement pattern. So we want to keep our abs pulled in. Abs drawing in helps keep the pelvis in alignment and therefore keeps the hips in alignment. If you need to, you can always release the ball and do this movement from the floor. That helps keep the hip in better alignment. You can always lower the head down to the mat. You start to feel some pressure in those upper abdominals. Lowering the head as you lift the leg now. Drawing deep into that core. One more each side. Last one. From there, pick the ball back up, placing it behind our sacral area, underneath the sacrum. We're going to start lying on our backs with our knees bent. Inhale, exhale. Draw one leg into a tabletop. Inhale, exhale. Draw the opposite leg up. Inhale, exhale. Straighten the legs. Inhale, exhale. Going into that rollover position. Bringing the legs overhead. Feet are over the head. Inhale, exhale. Slowly lowering back down, keeping those hips in alignment. Lowering the legs very slowly, 45 degrees or as far as you can get them down. Hold. Exhale. Rolling back overhead. Inhale. Exhale. Bringing that ball back underneath the sacrum if it rolled away. Keep those abs drawn in as you lower the legs. Inhale, lift up. Exhale. Rolling over. Keeping the chin open. Inhale, hold. Exhale. Lower back down. 45 degrees. Inhale. Exhale. Lifting up. Rolling over. Inhale, hold. Exhale. Rolling back down 45 degrees. Inhale. Roll over. Exhale. Roll back down. Inhale, hold. Exhale. Rolling over. Inhale, hold. Exhale. Rolling back down. Inhale. Exhale. Roll over last time. Inhale, hold. Exhale. Rolling back down. Slowly bend the one knee back in. Opposite leg. Lower and lower. Just giving it a rest for a moment. Bring those legs back up to tabletop. Inhale. Exhale, lift one leg. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, opposite leg. Inhale. Legs go out 45 degrees. Exhale. Lift to 90 degrees. Roll overhead. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly lift the legs straight up. Jackknife. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift up straight. As straight as you can. Keeping those hips lifted. Lower. That exhale, straighten the legs up overhead. Inhale, lower. This is working deep core muscles. These are advanced movements, so if you need to, you can take the legs back down. Do this movement from the floor. Just lifting the legs 90, lowering 45. Otherwise, come back with me into that jackknife pose. Just a couple more here. Last one. If you can, hold it up, placing your hands on your sacrum. Inhale, exhale, split the leg scissor. Inhale, exhale, split opposite. Continue splitting, simultaneous changes, just like you would a leg change. You can also do this movement from the mat. Your back nice and flat on the mat. You want to stay balanced on the upper part of your thoracic spine. Keep your neck nice and healthy. Bring that back down onto the ball. This takes the pressure off the neck this way. Just a few more leg passes. Last two. And last one. We're doing one more exercise in this position. Going to bicycle the leg out. Bending and straightening one leg at a time. We can stay here on the ball, or you can lift up. Do the exercise from that lifted position. Getting back on my ball. Going back into that bicycle. Straighten that leg back up 90 degrees. Keeping those hips nice and stable. These are advanced ab movements. And reverse the bicycle. This time bending as you lower, straightening as you lift back up. Placing your hands on your hips for stability if you need to. I really feel my core turning on. Two more. Last one. Bring those knees in tabletop. Slowly lowering one leg and then the other. Removing that ball out from underneath you. Lower the spine down to the mat. Come up to seated. We're going into a side lying series for the legs. Resting on your hip bone and your greater trochanter. That's your largest hip bone. Turning that toe down. Keeping the ball out in front of us, just placing one hand on the ball. Inhale. Draw the abs in. Exhale. Going into that abduction. Straight leg wall glutes. Lifting the leg, rotating forward, back to center. Flex forward, lift, back to center, and lower. Lifting out of this bottom shoulder. Still keeping that hip in alignment. Working our outer thigh and our glute. My hamstring is feeling a little bit of a stretch in this. I'll rest for a second. Just a few more. And last one. Lower it down. Bend the legs back in. Going into that clamshell lift and lower. This is called rehab glutes. Good hip opener. Working our hip rotators. Two more. Last one. Hold that leg out, lift up, extend forward, bend in, and lower. Lift, extend, bend, and in. Lift, extend, bend, and in. Lift, extend, bend, and in. This is a side kick, reclining on the mat. You can also lift the bottom knee up into plank and do the side kick from here. Just a little lift of that leg, keeping the knees in alignment. You need to rest on the elbow. Two more. Last one. From there, bend this top leg. Bottom leg is nice and straight. Inhale. Lift that bottom leg. Exhale. Lower. Inhale. Exhale. Adductor stretch, working those inner thighs. Working our adductor muscles, our magnus, our longus, and our brevis. I want to come back up onto that forearm. Just a few more. Two more. Switching sides. Going into that side leg lift. Nice straight legs. Inhale. Exhale. Lift that top leg up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Just a slight little lift. Still keeping that knee in line with the hip. Working those outer thighs. I'll rest on my elbow. Starting to feel a little bit of a pectoral pull. Just a few more like this. Two more. Last one. From here, lift up, reach forward, lower back down, lift, coming back onto that forearm. Trying to keep those hips nice and stable in alignment. Wall glutes. Lift, flex forward, rotate back to the side and in. Lift, flex forward, rotate side and in. Flex forward, rotate side and in. Lifting out of this bottom shoulder, rotate side and in. Opposite shoulder is pulled back, keeping them in alignment. Elbows by your side. One more like this. Rotate side and in. Bring those knees in, diagonal. Open the top leg and close like a clamshell. Nice hip rotation. Getting into those hip rotators. We worked hip abductors. And then we work rotators. Then we'll work inner thighs, the adductors. A few more like this. Last two. Final rep. From there, lift up, straighten, kick forward, bend, and lower. Going back down onto my elbow. Side lying, side kick. Just a couple more. Last two. Final rep. Did a few extra reps going into that adductor lift. Right leg is lifting, bottom leg. Working the hips in all different directions. We did flexion, we did extension, we did abduction, rotation, and adduction. Only lifting that leg as far as you can, keeping that bottom hip on the mat. Are your abs drawn in? We always want to keep the core drawn in at all times. These are very core-centric movements. Last two. Final rep. Lower back down. I'm going to do one final challenge. It's called the teaser prep. We're in a half teaser, placing the ball behind our back. Just holding a nice straight line. Inhale. Exhale, sit up. Lift one leg. Lower. Back down. Inhale. Exhale, sit up. Lift one leg. Lower. Back down. Inhale. Exhale, sit up. One leg lifts. One leg lowers. Back down. Sit up. Opposite leg lifts. Lowers. Back down. One leg lifts. Lowers. Back down. Opposite leg lifts. Lowers. And back down. Continue these teaser preps for just a few more. Keeping those hips in alignment. Last rep on this side. Going into teaser prep 2. Inhale, lower back down. Exhale, lift. One leg straightens. Lower, back down. Opposite leg straightens. Lower, back down. This is getting us ready for that advanced teaser move. Just a few more like this. One more each side. Lift up, knee lifts, straighten, bend, lower, back down. Remove that ball. Going into our full teaser. Reaching the arms overhead, lying nice and flat on the mat. Inhale, exhale, roll up. Lifting both legs. Lower. Inhale, exhale, roll up. Both knees bent. Lower. Exhale. Roll up. Lower. 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 One more, knees bent. Roll up. Lower. Now we roll up with straight legs. Lower. Starting with arms out in front of us. Now we roll up, arms overhead, lower back down, arms overhead, lower back down. Nice straight spine. Roll up, back down, roll up, back down, roll up. One more. Hold it up there, little pulse. Another 8. Slowly lower down. That completes our workout. That was quite a challenge for the core. We're going into our final cool down stretch. Bring the right knee into the chest. Open that leg out to the side. Nice hip opener. Bring that knee across. Spinal rotation. Little spinal twist. Opposite arm is out to the side. Hand is open. Bring it back in. Stretch that leg up. Hamstring pull. Lower that leg back down. Bring the opposite knee in. Open that leg out to the side. Hip opener. Spinal rotation. Back through center, hamstring pull. Lower that leg back down. Slowly roll up through the spine. Take those legs out nice and wide. Reach for those toes. Adductor stretching. From there, bringing our legs together, sitting in a nice butterfly stretch, straighten the spine, opening the hips, opening through the inner thighs. Lying back down on the mat. Need to stretch those outer thighs as well, bringing that leg back up to the sky, reaching for the outside of the leg, bring it across. Right leg across to the left side, stretching through that outer thigh. Bringing it back through center. Slowly lower that leg. Bring opposite leg up straight. Reach across to the right side. Stretching that outer thigh on the left. Bring that leg in. Slowly lower back down. Turn over onto your side, coming back to a seated position. Doing a little wrist rotation, arm nice and straight out in front of you. Flex and bend. side to side, opposite wrist, rotate, flex and bend, side to side. From there, place your hands in your thighs, inhale, draw up, fill the belly, exhale, lower back down, inhale, exhale, draw it in. And that completes our workout. Let me know which exercises you found most challenging, which ones that you prefer a light modified portion. And I will see you next time. If you had on ankle weights, go ahead and take them off now if you haven't already. I plan on bringing you a few more stability ball and magic circle workouts, as well as a couple more TheraBand workouts, some more like rotation of the arms and abduction of with the TheraBand, and then maybe a few more pull work. So anyway, let me know which exercises are your favorite, and I will see you next time.